Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. Want to start off first things first. Give all praise, glory to Yahweh, Bahashil, Yahweh Shah, Bahashil Kadash, which in the Petty Hebrew tongue is created in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you, sister brothers living is true, and shalom to you brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. This is gonna be a quick watchman lesson, Yahshua Allah. I got the inspiration from the brother's lesson right here. I highly recommend to go watch this lesson. I'm gonna play the clip that he showed off of it, which is gonna show us a changing of the power dynamics that's happening in the world. And basically, Babylon the Great, America is no longer the superpower. And they're not talking about that in the mainstream media, trying to keep everybody calm. But as you're gonna hear this Edomite talk, I don't know, like he in the banking or whatever he's into, but he's gonna lay it out there and let us know that the BRICS nations that we've been talking about that's been building up, which is really Ezekiel the 38th chapter coming to life, now have the more money output than America does. Or I think he said, not just, matter of fact, I'm gonna play the clip and then we'll talk about it. But check out what this Edomite got to say, Yashua. He's gonna say a whole mouthful, which when we talked about this is gonna happen and it's gonna lead to war. Because like we know, Yashua, America likes to be number one. America likes to be the top dog. And what he's basically gonna say in this clip is that they're not top dog anymore. So we know it's gonna get ugly off of that. So check this out, Yashua.
Oh, those odds are not so good. No matter how you cut it. And as a group, let me tell you how you cut it. We in economics have this little game. We ask, what is the total output in goods and services in a year of a country? Gives us a kind of rough idea of how big a country it is, how important its footprint is in the world. Okay, so if you take the BRICS, together now, they are about 35%, maybe a bit more, total output of the world. If you add up each of those countries' total output in a year, and you add them up, they account for 36%, more or less, of the world's output. Now let's compare that to the United States and its major allies. Those are called the G7, the group of seven. The United States, Japan, Canada, Britain, France, Italy, and Spain. Britain, excuse me. Okay, that used to be the dominant player of the world. That used to be what world trade meant, what they did. Together that's all of them. Okay, that used to be the dominant player of the world. That used to be what world trade meant, what they did. Together that's all of them, now account for about 28% of the world's output. Do you understand? The BRICS is now what the United States was, but is no more. Now, if you're looking to where the wealth is, you go east, not west. Was, but is no more. Now, if you're looking to where the wealth is, you go east, not west. Not west. If you're a poor third world country, as we used to call them, and you need money for a build railroad, or you need to find places to sell your exports, you direct your diplomats first to go to Beijing, because that's where it's at. If you can't get a good deal there, well, you might go to London or Washington. But whatever you are doing, you're going to play them against each other. You're going to say to the Americans, oh, that's the best you offer? Let's go to the other place, see what they offer.
With Trump as president, we're now in an era of upside-down diplomacy. That means that he'll fall over himself to heap goodwill onto our enemies while attacking our closest allies. And given the fact that we have no allies closer, literally or figuratively, than Mexico and Canada, here's what Trump decided to do.
Well,
We're thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st. People, Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
When do you think you would enact those?
I think February 1st.
Shalom to the elect of Yasharal.
Now, Yasharal, as you can see from that right there, the power is definitely changing. Definitely the guards are changing. That's the signs of the times. And it's prophecy being fulfilled right here in front of our face. So let's go get the because when I heard that, man, first thing came to my spirit was Ezekiel the 38th chapter. Because Russia is now gathering up a coalition of nations. Because you look at BRICS, that's a coalition of nations. And they're getting their wealth together. And together, they're stronger than what, Babylon the Great America can put out. So the tides are changing. And that's all biblical prophecy that would happen. So when you go to Ezekiel, so it lets us know what time it is and where we're at, in prophecy. Like Babylon the Great is really about to fall down. The finances is about to fall down because they don't have the money output. And the way the Lord is setting it up, the countries they're going against, like usually if it's a little country, like Babylon the Great, America go over there and just smash them out. But you can't do that to Russia and China. And they're the ones backing the BRICS nations. That's why all these countries are like, hey, I'm strong now. Don't come mess with me, man. I can go make a phone call and it's going to be on and cracking. So let's go to the scriptures. You go to Ezekiel 38 chapter. I'm going to start at the first one. And it says, and the word of the Lord came to me saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Going into Russia right there. Meshach, God, Magog, that's modern day Russia. Then it goes to verse 4. So like I'm going to skip to verse 3. And it says, and say, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. So the Lord ain't with Russia either. A lot of people are like, oh, Russia going to rule next. No, they're not. Those are Edomites. They're not going to rule next. They're just going to fight the Western Edomites, which are Babylonians or Americans. Like we're going to see Edomite fight Edomite in a minute. That's what's about to come next. First MOTB going to have to get rolled out, though. But these two countries will bang because the tension between them is just so great. And the Lord said that they will fight. Especially we go to, let's go down to verse 4. And it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and will bring thee forth. And all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. That's going to military gear. They're about to bang. And here goes some heavy hitters. You got verse 5. It says, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, all of them with shield and hammer. And I believe Ethiopia and Persia, which modern day Persia is Iran, they're both in BRICS. So this precept is really going in. It says, verse 6, Gomer and all his bands, and the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. That's Turkey. I heard Turkey is now trying to make ways, because Turkey was part of NATO. Turkey is now making ways to leave NATO and now wants to join up in BRICS as well. So if they get Turkey, hey, they really going to be strong. Because I heard that the small hatters is trying to go after Turkey. But Turkey's trying to get a part of BRICS. They done left NATO. They don't want to deal with the Edomites anymore. So when you go down to verse 7, it says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company, that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So the power of the military might of Russia is what's really pushing this whole coalition of nations, man. And then you got to look at the economy, also the military power of China as well. Because the scriptures tell us Moab is the Lord's washpot. So, hey, China is going to be a very, very big player in taking down Babylon Great America. And so let's get some optics on that. So I got pulled up the BRICS nations. Let's go down. We got 10, 10 countries in BRICS with more members coming. There you go. I'm going to read it off. You got, first of all, BRICS stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And then you got the new members coming in. This is what really tipped the scales, what the Edomites talking about in that clip. They got Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and United Arab Emirates. And having Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates, that's very huge for BRICS, Yasharala. Because I noticed, I've been looking at who's been buying these planes that's made, Boeing, that makes airplanes. And I'm looking at who's buying these airplanes. And it's Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. They got a lot of money. They still got a lot of money. And with that money, they're pushing in with Russia and China. And then you got India, who is coming up with a very big economy. And, South Africa trying to get their stuff together, trying to purge their stuff from them Edomites. And Brazil trying to get their stuff together. So, with all them countries together, their economy and their money is better than the output of Europe and Babylon the Great. And then when you look at Babylon the Great and Europe's relationships, it's not good. And then I noticed France is getting pushed out of Africa. France and Germany are getting pushed out of Africa. And without Africa, draining their natural resources, they're going to go broke. So Europe's not doing good. I noticed the places that Esau primarily runs, that's outside of what they precept, because Russia is a bunch of Edomites too. But the scripture said that Russia will be used against the Edomites on the other side and gonna guard these other nations. Russia is guarding these other nations. Because if you read right here, it says Russia assumes BRICS presidency for 2024. I know we in 2025, but they probably still running it. So the head of this company is Russia. And it goes perfectly with the scriptures we just read. Because it told us in the scriptures that Russia will be what? The head of this company, of all these nations, the head of these kingdoms that's coming against Babylon the Great, America, coming against her. And then now they got President Trump, and look what he doing, Yasharala. Let's get my article. Look what Donald Trump is doing. Because people don't know, these dumb old Edomites, man, Trump and Putin have a very good relationship. That's why Russia was like, yeah, Donald Trump, that's who we wanted, because look what he's doing. It says Donald Trump is pulling U.S. troops from Europe and blow to NATO allies. And I've heard Donald Trump has been very vocal that he wants to pull out of the NATO. He doesn't want to be a part of NATO anymore. And if America pulls out of NATO, NATO will collapse. And without NATO, that's the only thing keeping Russia in check. With no NATO, man, Russia going to really, really turn into a big vicious bear. And then we can also see NATO might say, okay, if U.S. pull out, I'll just team up with Russia. We already over here with them. Man, forget Babylon the Great, because right now the relationship ain't good, because France wanted America to back them, to go back in Africa and get back control of it. Because Russia is backing Africa right now, y'all. So I see anybody talking about this. It's not getting mainstream media, none of that. Russia is now backing Africa. Now Africa is feeling themselves, the Hamites, the Africans, and they fighting. They done kicked France out of there. They done kicked them out of there, kicked Germany out of there. They need their country for their resources. They losing that. So America said, I ain't helping you fight, but yeah, everybody see you give all this money to Ukraine. So what do you think their relationship is looking like? And now he's pulling troops out of NATO. Further, now we're going to see why that beast shall hate that whore. The beast representing the European Union, NATO, and Babylon the Great representing that whore. The scripture said they will fight. We're seeing why. It says President Donald Trump plans to pull about 20,000 U.S. troops from Europe, according to leading Italian news agency. As a European diplomatic source told ANSA that Trump, who entered office on Monday for a second term, wants to reduce the American contingent in Europe by about 20% and plans to ask for a financial contribution for the maintenance of the remaining troops. Look, he hollering for more money, and they ain't got it. They ain't got it like that, man. So these countries, that tension right there is bubbling up. And I'm looking at Trump like, man, he making a bad move because you need NATO to keep Russia in check. If you lose NATO, you about to lose the war. So this is good news for us, Yasharala, because we can see now how these devils about to take a L, because they're making very dumb moves. That's why these little red-bellied, beer-drinking Edomites voted for Trump. I'm like, did y'all not see how Trump sucks up to Putin? Putin wants Trump to win, because if Trump wins, he's going to do the bidding of Vladimir Putin and pull out troops. So he wins. So the Lord is doing a mighty works that people ain't really paying attention to, and it's going to go bad for Babylon the Great, and that's good news for us, because we want this sucker to go down, which is going to lead me to my next precept, because this sucker's going down, man. BRICS is, and I'm hearing Indonesia is about to join. You know, I'm going to wait to kind of confirm that, but I'm hearing Indonesia is about to join BRICS as well. And they just getting more and more members, and he's trying to get more members. That's what? More money. America's losing money. These BRICS nations are getting money. That's going to collapse the economy in Babylon the Great. Especially these other countries decide that they want to use the dollar as a reserve currency. That'll collapse Babylon the Great's economy, which they're ready for it. What they'll do, they're going to transfer into a digital system with digital money. And then that's going to lead to the MOTB once the money goes digital. So all this stuff is really happening. It's on schedule, and it's going down. It's going to lead to this right here. This is Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sitting on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou should no more be called tender and delicate. And that's happening now. You heard that Edomite said they got the money over there in the east. Ain't no money like that over here in the west. Now you come to the west like a second or third round pick. Go to the east first. That's where the money is at. So that's that precept coming to play that Babylon the Great is no longer called tender and delicate. And it said, come down and sit in the dust. And I just got to talk to my aunt, Kadar Shahan, and we was talking about it's so much confusion in Babylon the Great right now. These people don't know what to do. Like a chicken with their head cut off. It's so much division and division right now. And they saying do this, but then they talking about doing that. And I'm like, if you're not in this truth, I feel sorry for you. I see why everybody's going crazy online and the fear is kicking up. Because if you're in the world right now, you don't know what to think. Just in this truth, we're centered. We know, hey, Yahushua coming back. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Jacob's trouble's coming. You know, we know what's going on. But if you're a person in the world, it's so much confusion. Trump and his cabinet is fighting each other already, starting out the gate. Him and Elon Musk banging. They're snatching up the northern tribe. Some countries saying we ain't. Some states saying we not doing that. Some states we doing that. Trump is pulling troops out of NATO. Some of you might say that's a good move. Some saying nah, that's stupid. Like it's confusion everywhere. Fear. So this precept's coming into play. The Lord says sit in the dust. When you look up dust, that goes into confusion, man. And Babel goes into confusion. It's confusion in this place, mass confusion. I'm looking at these people in the world like, woo, hey, it's a bad thing to be in the world right now and I know what's going on. Because there's so much happening. And it's just going all over the place. That's why I really had to center myself, like, man, what lesson can I do? Because it's so much happening. God can go like 10 different ways on how much prophecy been fulfilled. And I watched that brother's lesson, got inspired, because I'm like, this is a move right here that's not getting a lot of mainstream media that's going to be very impactful for the future. So I'm like, oh, yeah, the sheep need to be aware of this because it's about to be that time. It's like, and they're not even using their currency yet. So imagine when they bring their currency online, the damage it's going to do over here in Babylon the Great. You know, America's losing trade every single day, which means they're losing money. And then they can't just go over there and bang like that because China and Russia can defend themselves very good against, you know, Babylon the Great America. And they're going to, just like their priestess said in Ezekiel 38, Russia and China, especially Russia, is going to guard all these other nations. Russia is a guard to all of them. That's why the Smart Hatters having a hard time taking out Iran. Because if Iran get touched too bad, they'll make a phone call to Russia and it's on and cracking. So we're right here in World War III. The positions are getting, you know, the battle lines are getting drawn. You're starting to see who is with who with what. People losing allies, some people gaining allies. A lot of moves is being made. And it's all going to be bad for Babylon the Great, which is America. All bad over here. America playing checkers and Russia over there playing chess. Winning. Why? Because it's biblical prophecy. And they not going to win it because the Lord about to get they just going to fight each other. Egyptian versus Egyptian. But we know who got next. And that's we got next, man. So I'm going to leave off this precept right here. Because this is why this is happening. This is Ecclesiastes or Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Not hard work. Not doing righteous dealings. No, got by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one person to another. And they ain't going to go to Russia or China. The kingdom going to be translated to the children of Israel. That's who got next. We got next. The Lord is making them all fight. Because when it come down to it, because the Lord about to fight too, we about to come down. We about to be next. The kingdom about to be translated to us. They just going to fight each other to get it started. They going to, get everything cracking. The Lord, Yahushua, about to raise his men up, and we about to get the kingdom. They just getting stuff ready for us. And then they going to end up shooting their missiles off and burn it up, which is going to clean it up. And we're going to build from the ashes, Yasharallah. So all we got to do is stay prayed up, stay locked in. I'm going to keep being that spiritual weatherman, let you know where we at in prophecy, what they doing. Because this should be getting mainstream news, but it's not. Because that's scary to your everyday Edomite, or just your Babylon American. They want to hear America's losing its economy. That's fearful. But for us, that's good news. Like, yeah. Okay, we getting close. Okay, this prophecy really kicking in. This devil losing. No wonder he angry coming down with great wrath and snatching up the northern tribe and about to get ready to snatch up the southern tribes. That's what Jacob Trouble is about to happen. This devil losing money, y'all, Sharala. That's hurtful to Esau to lose money. You know it is. So yeah, they little billionaires is getting money, but as a nation, as a kingdom, it's not getting any money. This mug is trillions of dollars in debt and counting, and now about to lose what position and power they used to have. Everybody used to be scared of Babylon the Great. Nobody wanted to, go against this country, but now everybody pucking up. Because you got another country, the bears pucking up. So now you lose because you ain't getting money off of good dealings. These American Edomites are not good businessmen. They're not. Y'all was getting money based on war. If you was going over there taking people's stuff. Now that they done took everything and there's nothing else to take except from the people who can fight. And these cowards don't want to fight, y'all sure. They don't want to fight. So now ain't no way to go but down. Now you about to lose. So with that being said, Yasharallah, I hope this has been edifying. I want to say Kwam Yasharallah and stay locked in because Yahushua is quickly on the way. Shalom.